to bestow wisdom upon the rest of us, like, suck a fucking dick. Like, you already proved that you're a goddamn liar and you mislead people. At that point, you're just fucking irrelevant. And if Roger comes back on this app, I'm gonna mercilessly make fun of that fat fuck. So that's all he is. He's just a fat fucking worthless piece of shit who wants to feel like he's powerful. He has the mod badge. He has the ability to ultimately say, "Oh, you're stupid. Oh, well, I'm going to kick you to the audience. Oh, look at that retard. I had to kick him to the audience. He's so stupid." Oh, blah, blah. That's what he can do. That's why, and this is one of the biggest things I look out for when it comes to talking to people on here, is you look at the people that would create the big rooms that can go into other people's rooms. I thrived personally off of the chaos. I found it exciting. I would let people fucking headline me all the time. I would be put in the hot seat for hours, like when this, years ago on this app where, tens of thousands of people would literally cycle through the fucking room. You have 1,000 plus people on the fucking, that are viewing it live. It's just like, show us what you're fucking made of. You don't see chumps like fucking Roger ever doing that shit. So I just have zero respect for motherfuckers like this. You either do it like, if you can only do it hiding behind a pussy ass mod badge, then I'm sorry. It's like, you're somebody I just don't respect. And so he's fucking worthless, in my opinion. And he's a fat fucking loser that does not have a good career, no income, that's...
He really got to you, bro, huh? Damn, I'm sorry I made you feel like that. That's like, he really fucking hurt
I know,
your feelings.
Amazing. It's a bitch that always interrupts. Like, this white trash bitch is always doing this shit.
You really got to.
Oh, she wants to come right back up. Can you tell me why you're not white trash?
Come on, you're kind of tripping.
I'm tripping. Why are you talking like a Negro? Amazing. You watch, but she'll interrupt you. She is white trash. Yeah, and then like with Roger. So here's a weird thing with him. He opens up this room today, and he's like, "You're still irrelevant." Amazing. So, okay, let's look at what happened here. You had healthy debates. Now you had Bren, who opened up rooms. Way more people would go into the rooms when Bren was around. You had Roger. Despite what I say about Roger was 10 times, 100 times fucking better of a mod than you ever were. Roger was somebody who was actually a fairly decent mod. He was an annoying bully. However, he would let conversations flow. He wouldn't have to like stop you every 30 seconds to say, "Oh, hey, I got to give a shout out to this person. Oh, you know what? This person is like a sister from another mother. It's, this person, one of the smartest people in the app. Oh, this woman, oh, she's so beautiful." Like, he never did that. Like, Roger doesn't do that shit. Roger did not feel compelled to give, like, his 2 cents after every other fucking speaker spoke. He never did that. Now, this motherfucker in the last room just said he goes to a psychologist every, or a shrink, or therapist, whatever, every twice a week or something like that. Now, you have to understand, like, somebody with his traits, these are personality disorders, like, obviously antisocial and narcissistic personality disorders, cluster B personality disorders that are lifelong, they're persistent. And they're very stable when it comes to their traits. People like, and you can look this up, when it comes to treating these disorders, highly resistant to treatment. And it's not just that the people themselves are resistant or actively resistant, but also their brain is wired in a way that they can't really unlearn it. It's like teaching a dog to become a cat when it's already was raised around dogs. you can't really unlearn that. But yeah, he was saying all kinds of like stupid shit, and I don't remember what he was saying in there. Oh, so he's saying like, "Oh, the haters are gonna hate," or "Oh, you're still irrelevant, motherfucker." You had Bren when he had the rooms. He had 100 deep in that room. When Roger had healthy debates, you know that the room was always popping. Look at your goddamn, look at your fucking stage now, dude. Like, it's fucking, it's horrible.
Wait, what happened to that house?
Well, basically, you know, Roger does what he always does, or not Roger, excuse me, JB. JB ends up getting himself onto platforms. He tries to get on stage with the larger platforms. He can't earn an audience on his own. And so he ended up muscling out a Bren. I don't know what was going on behind the scenes. There was a fight. Then Roger ends up losing his admin privileges. He's gone. Then I guess like Rohan, from what I've heard, and maybe it's not true, like he's on in it with him. And so now he's like the only guy really with the keys to open up healthy debates. Now he has like 30,000 fucking people that can come into his room. But like it fucking died as soon as he took it over.
Wait, so it's only Rohan and JB?
I think there may be other people. They were the only active people, but Rohan doesn't make rooms.
Oh, sorry, but some of those mods are a little insufferable over there. Rohan being one of them. That fucking woman being one of them. Oh my god.
But Kelly was like they were like so Roger, kind of like me and Mon, we were like a power couple. Roger and Kelly were a power couple.
You guys are a power couple.
Yes, we were.
Yeah, they are, man.
But I would say this: the thing is, though, is like even the difference between somebody like JB and I is, and I do give Mon a lot of cred, which I don't want to dive into it really, but like we were people. Like I, for the most part, created my own fucking space. I didn't have to dick suck, get a bean on somebody else's space. And for those of you who remember back then, I was crowd surfing or room surfing for like a couple of weeks. And then all of a sudden, within a couple of weeks, I was like, you know, Clubhouse famous, which it doesn't really mean anything.
Well,
but, you know, in other words,
you're a racist wannabe white man.
Justice!
And so...
How is he going to be a wannabe white man?
The black people were the ones that, to be fair, the black people were the ones that kind of like propelled me to
we know.
Clubhouse famous.
Yeah,
okay,
people love anti-blackness. There you go. What's next?
The black sphere on here is kind of fucking...
God damn.
Without black people, you wouldn't be shit.
That's a fact.
So, okay, Justice, stop. I have to move you down. Like, Jesus Christ. But with that being said...
Censor me, white boy?
Oh my
Justice!
God. This isn't even about, like, white versus black, and you're just, like, making it about that. Like Jesus Christ. But, yeah, so, yeah, here's my whole thing to JB. Because, you know, he made, like, his room title, "You're Irrelevant." Here's the weird thing, is he says, if you don't have haters, you're not doing things right. Okay, you know that the child molester that even like the worst of the worst in prison, they beat to death or strangle. They're not hated because they're jealous. Jeffrey Dahmer is not hated because people are jealous. People largely that do crimes like you, Jay, where you literally take you say you're a talent agent, and you have a modeling position for them, and you let 50 to 60 guys fucking rape them, or excuse me, have sex with them, and you keep all of the goddamn money and tell them. And so Madison maybe she doesn't know this, but this is public knowledge, so I'm just going to go ahead and share it.
Are you talking about the room today? Because by the time I got in there, they weren't talking about that. They were talking about other stuff.
Oh, no. I don't think you, like, so when it comes to Jay, he had to do years in prison. That's why after he got out of prison, here, you have to look at what he did. And this isn't his first crime. He was on probation from the early 2000s. He ended up, like, stealing it was, depending on how you look at it, $100,000 to $200,000. But here's the original story. It made national news at the time because it was so deranged and sick. I don't remember. But it was like right after he got out of prison. And just this year, he made like a fucking, it's like next level content creator. And it's basically, he's looking for, this was the weird part. Like, actually, let me look at the verbiage he was using because it sounded like super, like escortish. I'm gonna look it up.
I don't know. He's always seemed cool to me, and I always enjoyed his runs.
He's a kiss ass. I know. I kind of fell for it too. And at first, so like you had a black woman on here who was she managed the content creators on here, and the ones that were actually being monetized for Clubhouse themselves.
Hold on. You guys fell for whatever Jay was doing?
Yeah, I was rather retarded.
With his interpersonal skills?
Well, hold on. And so this woman was saying, like, dude, this guy, like, do not let him in your fucking rooms. Mon was saying, dude, this guy is a goddamn creep. And it's like, well, you know, I'm feeling him out. He hasn't done anything to me yet. But it was basically once I saw him get a mod badge in healthy debates and while he was grifting off of the October 7th shit that happened in Israel, that I was just like, this guy is so unwell. And that's when I ended up calling him out to his face. He did not like the fact that I did that to him on a stage. But regarding this one, next level content creators, model and concierge services. Amazing. What does that mean?
Hey,
I don't know.
Is this new, Pepe?
That's an escort service.
Pepe, is this?
That sounds like an This was created in June 14th, 2024 is the filing date in the state of Florida. But his PO box, all of that address, the address comes back to Brooklyn, New York. But I can't help but think, like, okay, with this guy would like scam people doing. So I doubt he was creative enough to come up with this, even though it is pretty harebrained, like this scheme on his own. But it's just weird.
Pepe, I'm not the biggest fan of you. I think we know this. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you're the biggest fan of me, but we in solidarity on this one. I've been telling people for the past couple months that this dude is bogus as hell, and this is before. I don't even be on no docs and shit. I don't give a fuck about people's personal life. Let me be real with y'all. We probably ain't gonna never encounter each other in real life, so I don't get caught up in that shit. But when somebody revealed that information to me, because he had been talking about he'd been to prison, and that's kind of like how he be trying to connect with black people, saying he had been to prison. The prison, school, the pipeline shit is real. So he tried to use language like that to think that, hey, he down with black people. But like, nah, I started to just listen to some of the double-mindedness in his talking points. Honestly, I peeped this really around the